This podcast is supported by MIDI Health. Are you in midlife, feeling dismissed, unheard, or just plain tired of the old healthcare system? You're not alone. In fact, even today, 75% of women seeking care for menopause and perimenopause issues are left entirely untreated. But it's time for a change. It's time for MIDI. MIDI's not just a healthcare provider. It's a women's telehealth clinic founded and supported by world-class leaders in women's health. Their clinicians provide one-on-one, face-to-face consultations where they truly listen to your unique needs. They offer a full range of holistic, data-driven solutions that isn't one-size-fits-all care. This is care uniquely tailored for you. At MIDI, you will find that their mission is clear: to help all women thrive in midlife, giving them access to the healthcare they deserve. Because they believe midlife isn't the middle at all. It is the beginning of your second act. Ready to feel your best and write your second act script? Visit joinmidi.com today to book your personalized, insurance-covered virtual visit. That's joinmidi.com. MIDI, the care women deserve.
Oh, we're back. With Robert Mata, no less.
As always.
As always, which I'm not the only person that says that, but we'll say it today, right here on RulaskaThoughts.
Girl.
You guys caught me with a mouthful of soda in my mouth. Soda's my neighbor, by the way. Anyway, I wish I had. God, that would be so. Well, it could be awful or amazing. Okay, do you live in a building, Robert?
I do, yeah. It's really more of a dorm because there are only like 30 units and they're all studios.
Have you ever hooked up with any of the people in your dorm?
No, but oh my God, girl. It's so funny that you say that because typically I haven't had much interest in doing so, especially because I usually have a boyfriend monogamously in the years that I've lived here. But last week, it's been like 80 degrees in LA. So I was getting some sunlight on the skin by the pool. And then this guy who I've seen like polishing his car on rare occasion, but didn't know that he lived in the unit because we have a parking lot and I don't know why he's doing it on the street. But regardless, he came down to the pool and just stripped down into a Speedo and his body was perfection.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like the beginning of a porn starring Aspen or something. If I was in Grindr era of my life right now, I definitely would have hopped on to see how do I make this happen.
And the face was okay with you. He had a nice jawline or whatever you need.
Yeah. It was a standard issue.
LA
partially masculine face. Yeah.
But I'm thinking, like, would it be great to have a regular hookup or awful to have one in your building?
Well, we're gay, so living in West Hollywood, this issue comes up regarding like hooking up with people at the gym who you have to see regularly, or your barista, or the bartender at the bar, or, it is a continued social experiment about shitting where you eat, basically. Mm-hmm. And I think living a few doors down from a hookup would be more positive than negative.
Okay. Yeah, it'd be convenient, It'd be, it would work if both people had an understanding. If there were two people who truly could not have feelings involved, and it's just like a neighbor with benefits, I could see it being very beneficial. Anyway.
So you got to thinking about hooking up with a neighbor because I said Sierra Mist?
I didn't hear you say Sierra Mist. I said I have a mouthful of soda. Oh, then you said Sierra Mist. I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
No, the soda was Coke Zero, which I would marry Coke Zero. Have you ever seen that?
Several others.
That meme of Liza Minnelli, like before a song, where she's like, you don't always have to fall in love with a person. You can sometimes fall in love with an inanimate object, right?
Okay.
Which I had to look up what the fuck she was talking about. And it was basically she was talking up a song called I Love a Piano. Okay. But you see that sometimes. And so my inanimate object that I would be in love with would be Coke Zero.
That's
Anyway,
fair.
did she watch the Super Bowl?
I have negative interest in such barbaric displays of foolishness. I hate football, girl. It's like literally one of my least favorite things on the planet, alongside like Halo and Call of Duty. At least in terms of entertainment, obviously there are worse things in the world. But
Did
I
you
hate
watch
football,
the
girl.
halftime show?
No, I really have never. A lot of my family members and friends are super big Bunny people, so his music's been around me.
Wait, just to
sort of-
call the moment before you say. You said Big Bunny, right?
Oh, did I? Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny, Conejo Malo. It's fine. It's good pool day music, but not one that I would really expect to be successful in a stadium setting, and I didn't care to tune in to even confirm. But I have found it really camp that the most talked about moment of this Latino themed Super Bowl performance is that a kind white lady appeared.
Oh, I've seen the TikToks of the gays. I don't know why they're filming themselves watching Bad Bunny, but they're filming themselves watch Bad Bunny. And Gaga appears and they lose their fucking minds. They lose their motherfucking minds when Gaga comes out. Here's the deal. And I've
It's
never
just
seen
so funny
you.
to me.
I've never
It's so
seen.
gay.
I could be wrong here. I am not one of those gays who was. I'll even say blessed. I'm not one of those gays who was blessed with the diva gene, meaning that there's a diva that I adopted as my personal avatar. You know, that's my whole personality is built around that diva. That's just not how
I
I'm
yearn
built.
for that. Yeah.
And so, who's your diva, Robert, that you just die over?
I've never had one. I think
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it would probably enrich my life to have one. I'm jealous
okay.
of the folk that get to have one.
Yeah,
I
You have
yearn to feel that way.
I mean, I yearn to feel that way too. I just don't have one that I feel that way. Look, there are definitely kooky people who I always enjoy watching, like as the aforementioned Liza Minnelli. I will always stop on a Liza Minnelli clip because she's kooky. I will
love her,
always
yes.
stop on like who's another kooky person?
She's not the kookiest, but I love, for instance, Lisa Rinna.
Okay, yeah, you know what?
Foolishness all the time.
Tiffany New York Pollard.
Of course.
100%. If there's a clip coming up, I will stomp on it. Of course, there are the classics for the old gays. Love them all, right? And love stories about them. Love it all, right? And yeah, and so, but I don't like. I'm talking about the ones who like, you know, Beyonce can do no wrong. You know, if Beyonce for some reason they have a bunch of like sayings about her. You know, like
There's a whole subculture.
yeah, it's a whole thing with her, and I'm just like,
Really a religion, actually.
yeah, I'm afraid to even say on the air, even if I'm being neutral about it, things that people have said about Beyonce that could be interpreted as negative because people have said in the air, and I get a barrage of messages about people from people who are so upset that we even dare to even insinuate anything remotely negative about Beyonce. The Gaga fans are just one level below. I think the Gaga fans are above it all. They'll just dismiss you as an idiot, you know?
But that's how the dialogue is covered around Beyonce, is that if you don't believe that she is a goddess that blesses us mere mortals with her immense talent, then you clearly have no opinion worth hearing, and they disregard you as an idiot. Kind of like, and I've said this before to relate it to Drag Race momentarily. I think that like Sasha Colby benefits from the same level of, well, if you don't believe that this is the highest form of art, then you clearly have no valid opinions whatsoever. Even though I can say she's talented, she just doesn't resonate with me personally.
There are a few
I think
drag
the same
queens
about
like
Beyonce.
that. There are a few Trixie and Katya stands are the same way. Are there other drag queens? Sasha Colby, Trixie, and
I think
Katya?
Marina Summers lately is starting to veer into
Okay.
that territory where like it's almost like performative. I worship thee because now I have the base level, seemingly, of like understanding of what's successful.
Yeah,
I'm
and
not
I
phrasing it the best way, but I think you get what I mean.
Yeah, and I think because I am not, pardon the term, born that way, people will say things to me that they think they're going to bother me, and it just doesn't bother me. They'll be like, people will say, and you know what? I don't watch RuPaul's Drag Race, and I don't like RuPaul. I'm like, okay.
Cool.
Good. You know what?
My happiness does not depend on you enjoying this hobby of mine.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah, go ahead. I don't care. It reminds me of the dialogue about, MAGA versus liberals on the Epstein files, where like,
yes, girl, take it there.
Where it's like, they'll be like, well, what if Bill Clinton's in the Epstein files? I'm like, throw him in jail.
Cool. Arrest him.
Yeah, arrest him. I don't care. I don't care who it is.
It is so absurd that after all these years, conservatives don't realize that we have the same hero worship of our politicians in charge that they do.
Yeah. Well, it's also too that here I'm going to take what you said and extend it. The hero worship to the extent, because it's what's crazy about the Trump hero worship is not even necessarily hero worship. As much as he can do no wrong, he is completely inerrant and infallible. It is
genuinely true that he could shoot someone on Fifth Avenue and be perfectly unscathed.
Like Obama, people have a lot of reverence for Obama, but I think, well, at least the intelligent Obama fans would be like, yeah, he wasn't the greatest in terms of like immigration and foreign policy.
Or immigration, yeah. Who started the cages, girl?
Yeah, so like, and he
but I'd say the closest I got to diva worship was Obama when I was a teenager.
Yeah, he was late to the table on gay marriage and was basically forced out by Joe Biden, and so so like this guy had problems too, So, but it's like Trump, they will bend over backwards. He can never do wrong. I just saw this thing. I've seen them, doing all kinds of gymnastics to sort of justify and yet still excoriate the post that Trump made over the weekend, framing the Obamas as apes, in this post. And they're like, well, I don't agree with it, but, and they start going over, but like, because then the reporter presses on them and is like, well, should he apologize? Well, no, because then you're like, what? It's very, very strange. It's thank you. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, Robert told me he has so many thoughts about this episode.
You nasty bitch.
So we're going to talk about him right after the break.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary. Not available in all states or situations.
Close your eyes. Focus. Listen to work getting done with Monday.com. Relax as AI does the manual work, while your teams are aligned on a single source of truth. Feel the sensation of an AI work platform, so flexible and intuitive, it feels like it was built just for you. Notice you're limitless. Now open your eyes, go to Monday.com, start for free, and finally, breathe.
And we are back. Robert Mata from Los Angeles, California. Oh, that's a good question. If you were to introduce yourself, on Drag Race, that's a good question here. On Drag Race, let's say you were a contestant on Drag Race. What would be the city underneath your name?
Los Angeles. I've been here almost 12 years now. So I feel like that would be necessary. But if I was trying to angle for a small town boy who can surprise everyone with their talent secretly, then I would maybe then angle to get Modesto. But then it would come with like Deja Sky Central Valley stink, and I don't know if I need that.
That's true. There was this TikTok recently, and I never comment on TikToks. Yeah, I've said that 2 times now. 2 times I've commented. Oh no, this is only one time I commented. There was this TikTok where it was this gay, and he was talking about how he loves, now that he's moved to Los Angeles, and he considers himself now an Angeleno. He's been here like 2 or 3 years or whatever. I don't know what it is.
What?
And he goes, and I love Los Angeles. Look, I'm all for a TikTok that espouses the benefits of living in Los Angeles. Okay. So he's like, I love living in LA. What other place can you do this and that? Blah, 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 blah. Right. And then one of the things he says, I love that you could have, brunch in the Hollywood Hills in the morning and then watch the sunset on the beach at a house on the PCH. Right.
Okay.
And someone in the comments wrote the PCH.
Yes,
right?
I knew that was coming.
Okay. And the creator and somebody starts coming at her going, the Pacific Coast Highway. And so I come in and I go, listen, I don't think she's
not you jumping into the fray.
I jumped into the fray. And I go, listen, I don't think she was asking for a definition of the term PCH. She was pointing out that you said the PCH. I go, a native Angeleno wouldn't say the PCH. They leave the article out. I know it's backwards because we say the 101 and the 5 and the 10. But when you refer to PCH, you just say on PCH. And he goes, well, excuse me for blah, 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 blah. And I go, no, girl. I had to come back in. I'm not judging you, but now you know. The more you know.
Well, I think anyone who's claiming to be an Angeleno after 2 or 3 years is already a fool. I don't claim to be an Angeleno by title, even though I've been here almost 12, like I said.
Well, there's a lot of interesting discourse, and this is probably why it comes on my FYP, of a lot of people who've been here for a hot minute. I just saw one today, actually, where it was this gay.
Watching a lot of gays on these TikToks.
Yeah, it was this gay, and he goes, if I could talk to my younger self when I was 20 years old, moving to Los Angeles, I didn't know what I was doing. And, now that I'm like an old pro, blah, 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 going on and on about what he's learned. And he knows so much now. He could tell his 20-year-old self this. And at some point he goes,
I'm 24.
22? I thought that was great. It was camp. It really was camp. So anyway, but I get a lot of people who, because then you also get I see a lot of people who are like, fuck this city, fuck this town. It's all fake fucking people. They're all fucking fake. No one's real. It's a fake fucking town. Fuck this place. Don't move here. Right?
Yeah, it's because you suck, probably.
Well, no. So the discourse is, I think they're right, is you have these people who come from other parts of the country to Los Angeles to become famous. And so they surround themselves with other people who are transplants who are here to become famous. And they only see each other as stepping stones to being more popular, and they don't have time. So like they put themselves in this fake world of horrible people in Los Angeles. And then they get disappointed when they're not chosen. They don't get the brass ring, so to speak. And then they're disappointed. Like you didn't really meet real Angelenos. Angelenos are the least fake people ever. But I don't know. You're an Angeleno.
That's why I'm saying that they suck, because they created that faux world around them and then got upset that they got the consequence. It's
what's funny,
their imaginations are so limited that they think that that's the real LA. I remember this discourse popping up when that awful Rachel Sennett show, I Love LA, came up. Mm-hmm. a lot of talk about that being, transplant culture, supposedly trying to pass itself off as actual LA culture. Although I think the show was self-aware enough to know that it was about transplant culture, just to say the old term, media literacy is dead. So
you don't have to tell me twice. So, but it's one of these things, and I haven't watched this I Love LA show because it's like horrible. It'd be like a party I want to get out of. But I will say I have trouble describing what a transplant is actually like, but I think you and I have, we both know what they're like.
I'm a transplant.
Yeah, but I forget you're a transplant. You really are like an Angeleno. It's like if you
But
live
I
in
am
New York for 12 years.
Californian, like,
Yeah, you
deep
are
in my
Californian.
DNA, you know?
You know what? You are Californian. You are California, which is the important thing. Like, for people who aren't from California, let me tell you something. This is my biggest piece of advice. Forget the 101 and you don't say with PCH, but who cares? Hard, right?
Well, everyone cares because it comes up every other conversation.
No one from California. No one. And I'm saying no one. Cali. No one calls California Cali who's from California.
Our Bay Area version of it is, where the fuck is San Fran?
Exactly. Or Frisco.
Oh, I've actually never heard Frisco.
Yeah. So no one says these things, okay? Now, for some reason, the way I'm talking and what I'm talking about is I'm really tapping into my Delta work phase. Speaking of, going back to she and I are soul sisters. The other day I saw a rant from her talking about, I think the point she was making that if you miss an exit, it's not a big deal, just turn around or something. The exit she referenced is off the 60 freeway in Ontario, California. And that was the exit to get off to go to my house when I was growing up until I was like 11.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Did you know that that would probably be the exit that I would take to go to the last Rainforest Cafe on, I don't know if it's on the coast or in the country or what, but I must go before it closes. And I will be taking that exit. That's probably
why she referenced it, because it's an Ontario Hamburger Mary's.
Yes.
And so she's talking about driving out to the Hamburger Mary's in Ontario. Who, I don't know if Morgan still books it, but I know she booked it for a long time.
I don't see why she wouldn't. I mean, granted, I'm not really clued in at all, despite the fact that my partner, person, boyfriend, I don't know what the title is.
My name is co-host. Oh.
He lives one apartment down from the WeHo Hamburger Mary's. So I'm constantly parking right on the side of it.
Oh, I know.
I don't know what's going on over there anymore. What's going on at Hamburger Mary's?
Who said Latinos can't go to the beach? All right, Robert, we have done 20 minutes not talking about the episode. I think people can see why. But I know you have a ton of thoughts about it. Well, go ahead.
Well, I do think it's actually kind of funny that we have less than normal things to say about it. That was not a proper sentence, but whatever. Because I would say this is the episode that's caused an awful lot of discourse online. Mm-hmm. Like, people are mad that once again they've learned that RuPaul's Drag Race is not a fair competition show. Okay. And, you know, they're petitioning for the removal of Rada Queen. They're furious that Kenya wasn't in the bottom and that Mikey wasn't in the top. Like, I think that at least for the number of weeks that we've been running, most people have been in concurrence with the judging this season until this week. And because naturally with Rada Queen, it's not the judges actually putting people in the bottom and top. That means that they're kind of raging out against the concept of alliances and strategizing in the game, and are taking the wrong takeaway from it, I think.
Well, let me ask you a question. I'm posing a genuine question. I'm not trying to lead you down a primrose path here. This is a genuine question. Shuffle everything around that you want. Who's in top? Who's in bottom? Blah, 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 blah. Would the final result have been any different?
No. And I'm grateful for it, because she was definitely my least favorite queen of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, you know, it seems like a lot of noise, but very little signal in terms of like, yeah, okay, so Mikey shouldn't have been in the bottom, and Athena should not have been in the top for that atrocious performance. And
have some respect, yo.
Oh, you like that performance?
Did I like it? No, but I like everything Athena does.
Oh, do you? But
I guess I do have diva worship.
Wait, because she's camp or because...
Because...
Yes, go ahead.
Because she's camp. You don't even have to come up with the second option. This is when I'm asking for older, hyper dramatic, annoying fucking personalities on Drag Race, I'm looking for Athena Dion's. I would take a cast of 15 Athena Dion's and I would live.
You know, it's funny that this is a good talking point here. Is there was somebody, was it Breyer? Was it Mikey? Was there somewhere in that field there of this season who described themselves as camp? And I was thinking to myself when this person said this, no, you're not, because the second you call yourself camp, you're not camp. And I don't think Athena Dion would ever, she would be offended if anyone ever described her as camp. But I think ultimately with her little sailor outfit and her dumb song and whatnot, and her taking herself so seriously, she is camp.
Absolutely. And that's exactly what makes her so damn entertaining.
Yeah.
And also, this is just like a personal note, but like my gay mentors growing up as a little homo, they were Athena Dion's.
Yeah.
I just really respond to that personality type, for better or worse, you know? Like, because, yeah, having interpersonal relationships with those people isn't always easy, but goddamn if it isn't fucking entertaining.
What give me one story of something that they did that would be Athena Dion-esque.
Oh my God.
It could be any, it could be one. It could be, and only even vamp so that you can think. Because what I will say is then you say something like this. Don't listen to what I'm saying. I want you to think about that story. But I'm talking to the audience. Robert says something like this, okay? And I think, wait a minute. Is he talking about me? Like, there's this whole thing going around right now that supposedly there's this trend, even though I'm not out in the gay world, so I don't see this. I don't talk to a lot of young gays right now, so I don't know if this is true. But supposedly there's this trend right now for hot young gays to date ugly men because the ugly men will be good boyfriends to them. And I don't know if this is true. And I don't know if people are saying this is true or seeing this is true or whatnot. But it's honestly, it sounds to me like a bunch of bitter gays who are mad that the hot guy that they like doesn't like them back, and the person that they like is to them ugly because that it should have been them. I'm sorry. Next, Robert, do you have your story yet?
What does ugliness have to do with it?
Nothing. I was vamping until you told the story.
Okay. Well, I guess I appreciate that. You know, I guess now that I compare it to exact behaviors, this is not like the most Athena Dion thing. I just generally mean their persona. But when I was recruited into my first gay clique, like the ringleaders of the gay clique very much took their like house mother, like drag mother, gay mentor role like very literally seriously, to a degree that on its own is camp, because why are you assigning yourself like that kind of responsibility?
Wait,
I guess
I'm sorry, clique,
especially
or
when
clique?
we're all like barely legal. Did I say clique? Your uncle? How is it?
Sorry, go ahead.
Are you okay?
You don't know this meme?
Of your uncle?
It's from like American Idol or X Factor or something like that, or America's Got
Oh, I
Talent.
was talking about Madame LaQueer.
Oh, no. But you know what I'm talking about?
No, tell me and the audience.
Where's this these gays or these girls? I don't remember who. It's a guy. It's definitely a gays in it, right? And they go in and they go, we are. Wait, sorry, it's snap. We are. Wait, where's my snap? The clique. And then Simon Cowell goes, clique or click? And then they go, click. Sorry.
I've never seen that. I think the only gay related meme from American Idol I've seen is Wig.
Oh, that's a good one too. Yeah.
So
you guys
stupid.
don't. You guys don't get that. You guys get it. I get it. Yeah.
Wig. Oh my God, Wig. Personally, also, that made Wig a thing. I don't think Wig was a thing before that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know though.
Well, I feel what that person had done was shorten a phrase. I can't remember what the whole phrase was, but they just shortened it just to wig.
Well, I mean, the phrase would be snatched my wig. So we went from saying that we were gagged to saying that snatched my wig to just saying wig.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
To encapsulate gag
Same thing with boobs.
behavior. House down.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, go ahead with your point.
Well, so I didn't know this, but I found out later, and I wonder if this would be something that Athena, Juicy, and Mia would get in on their little gay evil politics of family nonsense. But there was a secret Facebook group that they were all a part of at the time before I was recruited, and in this gay Facebook group, they were like constantly, basically, you know, the new term transvestigating. They were gay-vestigating, like whatever like possible jocks were on Grindr. Mind you, Grindr was probably like 2-3 years old at the time, so like we were learning the niceties of.
Strangely, so is my current boyfriend.
What?
Go ahead. Sorry.
Of like hidden profile pictures, catfishing, blah, blah, blah. And I got plenty of stories in that front, unfortunately. But what I learned later was that, like I said, they took their role as gay mentors / ringleaders so seriously that when a former member of the crew left his phone unlocked at like some frat party, and some frat bros got a hold of that phone and therefore then had access to the secret Facebook group where they were, you know, gay-vestigating everyone and saying all kinds of like horrible, awful things, as you know, cliquey gays do. They not only excommunicated him, but called the police on him directly.
Called the police? On what charge?
I don't know.
Okay.
And also, to be clear, we were undergrads, and the person in question, and who was probably later questioned by the police, was a grad student, like running around with a bunch of gay undergrads, which is its own fucking conversation. But nonetheless, he was excommunicated from the group. He was tipped off at the, you know, Palo Alto Police Department, and then they invoked some kind of public relations expert to make sure that any mention of the group in their names were scrubbed from the internet.
Yeah, I don't understand that world.
What is all of that self-seriousness? It's just like so insane.
I believe that's very expensive to do. Maybe
I never found out.
Yeah, maybe not something as simple as that, though.
I don't know if Athena Dion would be that insane or potentially illegal, but I do think that she takes herself to that degree of self-seriousness in terms of, I'm going to be the community leader here and call the shots.
Yeah. Any other thoughts about the episode?
That haven't been said on the several other recap shows that you host that I actually listened to all the way through, except one time where I didn't listen to the last 10 minutes, and now you think I just scanned for my name.
How dare you?
Just addressing allegations. Let's see. Kenya's words were terrible, as we know. Mikey's number was fine, but like, I'm not going to get outraged that she wasn't at the top. This is the first time I've really noticed that she's on the show. So
well,
there's
what's funny
that's probably
is
to her benefit, right?
She's released a video, Mikey, on social media, excoriating fans for talking about how her lip sync wasn't good. And what's funny is this whole binary way of talking about things that in terms, because I don't think there's anybody who said she should have lost. Everyone agrees she won the lip sync, but it doesn't mean it was a good lip sync. And she seems to be taking the stance that the fact that she won means it was a good lip sync and that she was very sexy and people can't take, that people were mad because she wasn't doing stunts and gags and, you know, death drops and sublams, which are the same thing, or any of that stuff. And I'm like, no, it's just that that the fans now think you have to do that to have a good lip sync. And I'm like, no one thinks that. Maybe some people think that, but a lot of people don't think that. It just wasn't a good lip sync. Thank you.
I feel like the louder fans who take it upon themselves to comment negativity on literal Instagram posts and TikToks probably have that expectation.
Perhaps, but you know,
not
one
that
of
I'm
the
in any way
greatest,
above them because I'm talking shit on a microphone right now. But you know,
one of the greatest lip syncs was Latrice in Natural Woman. She doesn't do any, and in fact, I believe in Shut Up and Drive. I don't think that there's a lot of stunts in it. Is there? Are there?
Not a lot. Tatiana does her like, let me starfish on the floor with my knees bent, which is like kind of like her go-to, I think, at least of that era.
This Will Be doesn't really have any stunts.
No, it's just fantastic all over. But I think what Mikey's doing is probably to be expected of a young drag queen who's experiencing some taste of fame, which is she's like literally building a straw man argument.
Yeah.
So that she can have some type of moral superiority over it.
But once again, don't read the comments. Don't read the comments. You know that every time I post, so I use a company that's owned by Spotify now, but didn't used to be. But through my management company, I use a service called Megaphone. And because now Megaphone is owned by Spotify, it tells me all the Spotify, it doesn't say the Spotify, it just says you have this many Spotify comments per episode. I never look at them. It's none of my business. Now,
what is your literal business?
It is, but like, and maybe I don't understand how things work. Maybe I should have someone who goes and reads the comments and replies to them, but I don't need to do that. It's what these people have to say about me, unless they pay my bills. Well, I guess they are paying my bills.
They are paying.
I got to rethink all these things I'm saying.
So we have learned that 1, it is your business, and 2, they are paying your bills. So maybe you should pay them bitches some mind.
Yeah, maybe I should. It's a good point. Anything else?
On the
Robert
flip
Mata?
side,
Yeah.
do you know who is not creating strawman arguments, is actually just rolling with the punches and having a good time with it on social media?
Who?
Athinta Dion.
Oh,
she made a tweet that's
I don't follow her.
I'm not on Twitter, but these things come through the zeitgeist in one way or another. But she is saying, it doesn't matter if you have the most talent. It doesn't matter if you are like objectively the best. What's going to get you ahead in this industry is having connections and having like alliances like she did. And so everyone can drag her down and say that her talent wasn't the most phenomenal, but she gamed the game by having those social strategic alliances that put her to the top. And she's at peace with that, at least outwardly.
You just reminded me yesterday. We were watching the Super Bowl halftime show. I'm sitting right next to my mom. And she says, I wonder how that alternative one is doing. Where can you watch it? I go, it's on Twitter. And she goes, oh, I don't have Twitter. Open your Twitter. And I was like, because during the whole Twitter, X thing, I deleted all my Twitter profiles except for my super secret porn one.
Yeah, what a surprise.
Oh, like you don't have one too?
I don't need it. If I want to look at naked people, I know how to do so.
How?
Google it.
Oh, okay, come on. So anyway,
or ye old spreadsheet.
Spreadsheet? What are you looking at?
Well, you got to keep your favorite links somewhere safe so that if you have a certain desire for a certain visual taste, you know exactly where to go.
Google Excel?
No, I just have an Excel sheet with my favorite links. Is that weird? No, that can't be weird.
I don't know. I've never heard of that. There's a part where it's either weird or brilliant.
What's brilliant about it? It's just a list of links. In fact, my old Athena Dion my gay mentors, they used to have a share file that they would regularly upload the latest Sean Cody and Randy Blue offerings for the benefit of the whole nasty group.
I have John Paul
and the logins.
John Paul for years would do this thing for I think it was for my birthday, where this is such a weird John Paul thing. Is he would subscribe to some sort of paid, website like Sean Cody, let's say, or men.com or whatever, Treasure Island Media. I don't know, making up, not making up.
It's going to hurt.
And he would download the entire library.
That's crazy.
And then put it on a hard drive and give it to me for my birthday.
No curation?
No curation. None.
Oh, I was chided for not curating my additions to this share file.
And I think that's something that a lot of straight people don't realize. It's like one of those like weird things that it's just not talked about. Not that it's a secret, but that straight people don't realize that that's what gay people do. Gay men do. Is without any sort of like meaning behind it or anything like that, share pornography. You know?
I would love to happily accept a VHS after just meeting up with a friend for a drink.
Yeah, I've done it many times, right? There was one time I was with John Paul and we were driving back from somewhere. I was talking about one. I don't remember why. And I shared it with him immediately after I got home, right? So, anyway, how do we get on this? Oh, I also learned from a friend, you learn things from people. And I learned from a friend, I never thought about this, is that whenever he goes on a trip, he takes a flash drive of porn with him because hotel internet reliability
Quality
is very shaky at best. So now he knows he doesn't have to worry about that when he has, a certain desire come up. He brings out his flash drive. He knows he can get what he wants and no internet required.
Well, yeah. I do have a flash drive.
I do too.
But I have the flash drive plugged into my main TV so that if I want to watch something on the full screen, I don't have to deal with AirPlay.
I do too.
Plus, like some days, I'm not in the mood for 480p. It's 1080p hour.
I do too. I want to see the zit on their ass cheek.
I don't know if I need all that.
Robert wants to see like the deepest indentation of their jaw.
Just sometimes.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I very much appreciate the Vaseline season 1 filter on like porn that I think was made in like the 70s. And then I Google it and it's like fully from like 2001.
I love 70s porn. I love it. Love it.
I think I do until I find out it was filmed in the 90s.
You can tell the looks. I just watched a vintage one. What was the vintage one I watched the other day? It was oldie but goodie. Oh, I know what it was. Somehow, the 2000s era twink Kiros Christian came up on my Twitter feed or something like that. But it wasn't him. It was just a mention of him. And I was like, oh, yeah, whatever happened to that twink who's 37 years old now?
Well, you should never Google a porn star girl.
Why not?
Because they're frequently, you'll find their arrest for domestic violence or their news
death.
of their suicide. Yeah.
A lot of times, too, the deaths aren't just by suicide. They're by like, I know like at least 2 or 3 that are just from driving their cars too fast.
Yeah. Or their heart will explode. And then it's like, that's steroid use.
Who was the one? He was one that I actually never really liked him, but he was in a lot of porns that I liked. I can't remember what his name was. But he was in, he died in a gun battle. It was like a weird story. I don't remember who it was, but like it was involving his girlfriend and whatever happened to that one that was straight, but he was whatever. Taylor loved him. He was very popular and he was straight and he was arrested several times for domestic violence. Johnny Rapid.
Johnny Rapid? What
happened to Johnny Rapid? I haven't seen him in a while.
I don't know, but I've never been interested in clicking on a Johnny Rapid video when it shows up on my sidebar. Not my style.
It's not my style either. I'm not into Florida trash. I'm not in. And look, here's the deal. And this is something and I actually like this about myself. I have to at least believe, whether it's true or not, that you're gay. If I don't think you're gay, zero interest. Zero.
Okay.
Zero. And so the fact that Johnny Rapid, and by the way, I'm fine with bisexual, but like completely straight and revolted by men, no, get out, done.
I'm probably closer to you on that angle, if only because I just don't find straight men hot.
No, I find
their aura smelly.
No, here's the deal. I will watch a straight man fuck a girl like nobody's business if I think he's hot. But that's because the connection is genuine. But I'm not into like fake stuff. Anyway, Robert, what do you got going on over the next week?
I actually need to talk to you. I might need to reschedule next week because
I need to reschedule next week too.
Okay, Slay. I'm going into the forest for a bit of a transcendentalist reset.
No, that's perfect.
Yeah, I need some fresh air in these lungs.
I'm taking. Oh, you know what? There's a Maybe I'll send you this video. I think you'll really appreciate it. There's a YouTube channel called Religion for Breakfast. Okay. But it's really just studying.
I don't eat breakfast.
And you don't eat religion. But it studies like it's not the way you think. It's not a dogmatic channel. And
well, I figured if you were recommending it.
Yeah, and he did a really interesting video using Zelda as a basis of about sacred groves in real life versus what the way they're imagined in video games.
Sure.
Thank you.
My sister and my brother are both in Japan right now, and they have not sent me enough missing you texts. It's much to think about.
Dude, maybe they don't miss you.
Maybe.
I miss you. Anyway, okay, off the air, we'll talk about that.
I'll just be watching Cowboy Bebop at home until I go into the forest.
DVD or you own the digital copy?
I got the season. I pulled a U. I bought the season when it was on sale for $5.
I bought the whole series for $5 too.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. If it's for $5 and I am remotely interested in it, I will buy it.
I know. That's why I said I pulled the U.
All right.
You know what you were not remotely interested in this week?
What?
Talking about Drag Race.